Hello, hello. Welcome to another Friday Live with Jasmine. I'm your host, Jasmine Bryant, your brand visibility coach, helping women coaches over 40 who are also speakers and small business owners get out of your head and on camera without the stress, without the anxiety, because nobody's got time for that and it's just not cute. So, today, I've got a lot of things I want to talk to you about. So the first thing, it's a two-part conversation today. I want to talk with you about the top 5 excuses that keep people from being on camera. And my phone is supposed to be on sleep focus. Why is it not? Okay, let's just change that right now. I'm getting notifications. Okay, so we're going to talk about the top 5 things, top 5 excuses that keep you from being visible, which means you're not making money because you're not being seen by your audience, and some ways to overcome those. And also, I want to show you some of the equipment that I use on a regular basis to create content, and it's not going to break the bank. Some things are on the lower end of the scale, and some things lean toward the higher end of the scale. So I'm going to show you all of those. And that's why I was a couple minutes late popping on, because I wanted to get all of my ducks in a row. I have things scattered everywhere, so that I can use, I use certain pieces of equipment in certain ways and in certain places. So I had to go and kind of scavenger hunt everything. But before I start all of that, I wanted to tell you guys something. So I don't know if anyone remembers, and if you do, please, pop it in the comments. But I don't know if anyone remembers, a couple of weeks ago, I talked about this ad that I saw. It was an ad slash Instagram post, for a store here in my city that I've passed dozens of times over the years that it's been open, and I've never ever noticed it. But they had this post, and they were talking about, they have these mystery bags, and I love a good mystery bag. So I went in, and they had some really cute stuff. I got one of the mystery bags. This shirt here is one of the shirts that I got in my mystery. They had some really, really cute stuff, and it was like 25 bucks. And every single item was over $50 in the bag. And I think I got 3 or 4 pieces, like a romper, this top, and like a little sweater type thing. And there's one other thing, I don't remember what it is. But all that to say is, that store got a new customer because they were visible. And this is, again, someplace that I have driven by dozens of times. I've never ever noticed this store. And actually, when I went to look for the store, I still couldn't find it. I drove around twice before I finally pulled into the right parking lot. So being visible works. They stood out in this loud, noisy digital market space, and now they have a new customer. So to that end, I went to a content creator event this past weekend, and it was really great. Learned a lot, talked to some folks, and had a really good time. And one of the things that I noticed, though, was not everyone was creating content, which I kind of thought was kind of weird and funny that folks weren't creating content at this content creation event. But folks were really interested in my equipment, which is why I wanted to show you my equipment today. And I'll sprinkle some throughout. But one of the things that I heard was one of the excuses that you guys have when it comes to showing up on video. So, if any of these resonate with you, if you're like, oh, yeah, that's me, please put that in the chat because I want to address it and chat with you about that. And so, these are not in any particular order, but one of them, which is a biggie for us ladies, is I don't like how I look on camera. And that could be a variety of ways that you don't like how you look on camera. It could be hair and makeup, it could be outfit, it could be weight, it could be, blemishes, awkwardness, whatever it is that keeps you from showing up on camera. um, it's something that you want to identify why you don't like whatever X, Y, and Z is, and how you can work around it, how you can change it, fix it, or just not give a shit about it. Um, you know, Authenticity, I always say this, but authenticity will beat out perfection anytime. And at a certain point, your message has to be stronger than your fear of not liking how you look on camera. I use the example of, like I look at some videos from a year ago, 2 years ago, and I'm just like, holy crap, I really don't like how I look in this video. But I don't take them down. I continue to post them because the message that I'm sharing with you is far more important than I am. And, you know, there's so many things that you need to know or that you want to know that I can share with you. So, why would I be so selfish as to not share that? And that's just, that's me being raw and honest with you guys. It's like, you're more important than I am when it comes to what it is I'm trying to say. So, authenticity over perfection will win the day anytime. Another excuse is I don't have time. And it, time is one of those things that we can't make more of. So I'm never going to say that, you should not do one thing so that you can do something else. Because however it is you decide to spend your time is how you decide to spend your time. But if you want to create quality content, then time needs to not be one of the excuses that you make for staying invisible, because there's so many things that you can do. So, for example, I'm a huge fan of batch creating content. And what that means is I'll take an hour. It can be 30 minutes if that's all you can spare, but I'll take time to record videos. And when that time is up, that time is up. That's what I've blocked in my calendar to record. So I will record videos in this one span of time. And if it's 5, 10, 15 videos, great. If it ends up only being one video, then that's fine. That just means that you have now taken that chunk of time and used it in a way that works for you, works for your business. B-roll of things that you're already doing anyway, that can be content. So, like making your coffee, that's content. Getting in your car, content. If you love to sing and it works with your brand or your personality while you're driving the kids to school, throw your phone on the dash and hit record and record your drive. Take and see what's usable out of that. So that can take some of the time excuse away, because you are just recording things that you're doing anyway. Like when I'm finished with this live stream, I'm going to go and buy some more sacrifices, aka plants, because I don't know if you can see behind me. I meant to like move my chair so you couldn't see them, but some of my plants have given up the ghost. Anyone who knows me knows that I don't like to say I'm a notorious plant killer, more that I'm more like hospice care for plants. They come to my house and the chances of survival are not very high, but I love them. So I continue to buy them. So now I need to go buy some plants to replace the ones that are behind me that are dead. But if anyone knows how to revive them, zoom in and give me some pointers before I, chuck them in the mulch area at the recycling plant tomorrow on the way to the beach. So let me know. But anyway, so that's those are some ways that you can. So what I was saying, and I totally lost my train of thought. Sorry. So what I was saying was, so when when I'm at the nursery, I will shoot what I'm doing at the nursery. So that's some more content. And it gives you a nice little behind the scenes of me and my future murder victims. I mean, it is what it is. Um, but so you can integrate what you're doing anyway and record it to create content. So you're not doubling up the amount of time that you're taking to do the things that you're trying to do. Okay, so we've got three more of my top 5 excuses that keep you from being on camera, aka keeping you invisible and not iconic. And one of them is equipment, and we touched on that a little bit earlier. And so I'm going to go through a couple of different things. So I popped in the comments here the link to my Amazon storefront. And most of these items are in my Amazon store. A lot of them I've used and I've recommended. Some I haven't used, and I try to say in the descriptions of the items if I've used it or not. So you know what the deal is, but I did do research. So, and items there will range from very few dollars to very many dollars. So you can find something that fits your budget and your skill level. But not having equipment is a lame excuse because you don't need like a big fancy video camera, a huge DSLR camera, anything like that. All you need is your smartphone and a microfiber cloth. So you just want to, clean your lens with the cloth if you're doing this on your front facing camera. If you're using the back facing camera, which I do recommend, clean the cloth. Never use your finger. Don't do that. Your clothes, you'll just scratch things up. A nice microfiber cloth or an eyeglass cleaning cloth. I use those. I keep those in like almost every bag. So when I go to record content, I can take out that cloth and clean it. I clean the lens on my web camera every single time before I use it. I don't even think about it anymore. Like it's just that much of a habit. I pull out the camera, I clean the lens, even when I'm pulling out my camera for Zoom calls, cleaning the lens. So you don't need that as an excuse. I don't have a good camera. If you have a smartphone, you most likely have a very good camera. And I love my iPhone. I am an Apple girl, but I will say the Samsung phones have the superior cameras. But these are doing great. Okay, so some other equipment that I use and I recommend: microphones. This stays in my purse at all times, unless I'm charging. And because I'm forgetful, I will charge it while it's in my purse. And so this is my Rode lavalier microphone. Now, I will say, growing up in television news, I prefer the smaller lavalier microphones, but this is what we have. So I don't know if you can see. So this is the Rode microphone, and it's not big, right? Like this is, we'll see, my thumb. So it's not even as big as my thumb. But you just stick this on your lapel. Another word for lavalier mic is lapel mic. You can clip it however you want. And then let me take the case off of the phone. Oof. Ugh, if I can open. Okay, there we go. You put the receiver. This is the receiver. And then you click it in. And now you can, record. The microphone in the phone isn't great. I mean, it's okay, but once you start using a professional microphone, you will definitely notice the difference and you'll never want to go back again. The other thing with this, it comes with this little furry thing, which is a windscreen, and it just sticks on here. And you want to use this when you are outside and it might be a little bit windy. So that way it blocks some of that wind so you don't hear the shh, right? But I keep this in my purse at all times. And this is in my Amazon storefront. It is, I think I got it on sale. For maybe $200, maybe a little bit less. I'm bad with prices, but I'll show you two others that are quite a bit less if you're just starting out. So this is not the case that these microphones came in, but this one it's kind of a no-name brand. Yeah, 4-in-1 wireless lavalier mic. I don't think it has a brand name. But it's in my Amazon store. But this is the receiver, and it's a multi-purpose receiver. So you have the lightning cable port, or the lightning, I don't know, the lightning thing. You have the auxiliary jack, and you have the USB-C. So you have those three that plugs into your phone, and then you have the microphone. And same thing, you just clip it on to your clothes. And ladies, the biggest thing that I want to remind you of is to watch where you place it and watch your earrings. I recorded a video a few weeks ago and I had on these really pretty dangling earrings. And thankfully, I listened to the video I before I put all my equipment away, because my earrings were hitting the microphone. So all you heard was clunk, 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 clunk of the earrings. So watch out for that. So watch out for your jewelry, your necklaces, your earrings, and the like. But these are, you just plug these into a USB-C with a USB-C to charge. And again, I don't know why. I don't think they came with a case. I think they just came with like a box or something. So I just happened to have this case, and so I put my microphones in here. And these, I want to say, were probably around $25. So that's a good, starting point. You get two mics and the receiver. So that's also in the Amazon store. And while you're here, just say hey so they know that you're here, and let me know what questions you have. Another microphone that I use, I don't use it often because it's wired, and I like to walk and talk. But this is by Movo, and Movo is an amazing brand. Let's see, hold on. And I may not even have. I don't even have the microphone in here. I must have put it someplace to charge it and then lost it. That happens to me a lot. But it's wired, so I don't use it often, which is probably how I ended up losing it. But it's a really good brand, Movo. And this was probably $50. And all these prices are US for my international audiences. So microphones are great. And if you're doing sit down videos like this, then can I move it without damaging anything? Let's see. So I have this, which is my Yeti. It's my Yeti Blue. And this is an omnidirectional mic. And so that just means that you point it and you hear what's going on. But I like it because you can hear me. And it's solid. So I don't worry about, I'm going to knock it over with my, as I'm talking, because I talk with my hands, if you haven't noticed. And it's a good mic. It's a good mic. It's got a really great price point. I think I got this on a Black Friday sale for $99. But they almost always have sales. And I don't think I've ever seen this particular one for more than $150. But I mean, a good quality microphone is really key when you're doing videos because people need to hear you as well as see you. So that's really great. And again, that's in the Amazon store. So now let's move on to one of my other favorite things, which is tripods. I have so many tripods. I'm the girl who will fall in love with a new piece of equipment every single day. And that's okay. But I have a lot of tripods and I use them for different things. Some things, they are just because I saw it and I wanted a new one. For no other reason than I just wanted a new one. But this one here, I think this is in the Amazon store. It's from this brand called Sensine or Sensine. I don't know how to say it. But this is a tripod and selfie stick. And I have recommended this to several people and they really like it. I like it a lot. I travel with this one. But what's great is, you can use it different ways, right? So this one, like when you have it like this, it's your selfie version. And look, this is a long telescoping telescoping tripod here. You can use it for different size phones. And if you want to use it as a tripod, I never get this on the first try, but here we go. I kind of did. You can use it like this. Woo! Put it down where you need to, and then move it up to the length that you need. And I think this grows to 6 feet. So you can pretty much do whatever you want. You have a lot of length with this. And it comes with a Bluetooth remote control. So you don't have to keep hitting the phone to stop and start. So it's pretty simple. I like this. I don't know how much it was, but it's also in the Amazon store. My new favorite, and this is the one that actually sparked this chat about, almost bit it there, sparked this chat about equipment, is this, in which I saw on TikTok first. And then I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. So I did some research and I found this one. I listed it in my store, but the lights come off. I love lights. You need good light, but look at that. Look at that. It is bright. You can change the warmth of it, warm, cool, etc. So you can change that. And you just plug these in to a USB-C to charge. And this also grows. Well, I just won't put that. Just take this off for a second. So this also grows to like 6 feet. So you can, let me not knock the window down, but see, you hear that, you can close it. You can use it for selfies, no problem. Closes down like that. I travel with this one also, clearly because I took it to the event, but I'll leave the lights on it. I'll just put the lights in, fold them in. It also has a remote. So again, you can record and take pictures easily, selfies without having to, hit the phone and all of that. You can just use the remote. So I have this one listed in the Amazon store. It's pretty inexpensive. I want to say it was 30 bucks, 40 bucks, 20 bucks, somewhere around there. I'm really bad with prices. I tried to remember what the prices were, but if I want, I'm going to get it. So I just don't really look. But this was great. And so many people loved this. And I say this because what happened was people are saying, where did you get that? So I'm like, oh, it's in my Amazon store. And that's another stream of income for you guys. If there is something that you're using and you love it, you can become an affiliate most likely for that company or for a brand and pop in your affiliate link to people, and it doesn't cost them anything else, right? It doesn't cost any, like the buyer, anything extra, but you get a percentage of the product for referring it. And it's something that you're using anyway. So, if you like it, then you share it. I mean, that's just kind of that's like MLM, like rule number one, right? You're selling the product because you like it and you share it anyway. So that's how you end up getting paid. Affiliate marketing is the same thing. You're using the product, you like the product, so you're telling your friends about the product. And in this case, I mean, this is a really, really cool tripod / selfie stick. And literally every single person who saw it was like, holy crap, I need this in my life. And several someone's asked me if this was my favorite. I'm like, well, it's my newest. But I really like it. I really like it. And I love how portable it is. The only thing that I don't like, and I will say that, is this thing here. It has a purpose. Yes, I know, but I don't want it. I know I'm going to break it one day in my luggage, in my backpack, but until that day happens, I'll have this and I will still really enjoy it. But again, love it. My other tripod that I use, and this one is not a traveling light / it's not really even a tripod, because a tripod means it has 3 legs. This is, I think this is a cube from Unico or something like that. Oh, let me put that in the camera. And so the phone goes here. You have the lights. I mean, look how you can change the temperature again on these. But it also has a remote control for the light, which I don't use, mostly because I only know where one remote control is, and you need both of them to run both lights. So I don't use it, but it is heavy because it has this stand here. And so I take this when I'm recording outside because I'm not worried about it falling over. It's very stable, very steady. And this doesn't get as high as some of the others as far as like the 6 feet or whatever. But, I like the lights. It bends. So if you're doing like, lie flat videos or something like that, where you have, something on the table, or you're doing crafts or art or drawing, anything like that, where you're demonstrating, then you have these lights and, you can do what you're doing and people can see. I mean, look at that. I mean, it's a really good light. So I like that quite a bit. And these, again, you just plug them in with a USB-C to charge it. Okay, so 2 more pieces of equipment to show you, and then I'm going to go back to our last 2 of the top 5 excuses that keep you from showing up on camera. And so if you're just joining, we're going through the top 5 excuses that keep people from showing up on camera and being invisible in their business, aka not making any money. And one of the excuses is not having the right equipment. So I've just been going through some of the equipment that I use on a regular basis, so you can, rewind this video later to see what these are. And if you have any questions, again, please pop them in the comments and I will see them and answer them. Unless you're watching on Instagram, in which case I can't see them on Instagram. I'll have to answer them later. But we're going through equipment right now, and they're all on my Amazon store. So this, I like this a lot. Full disclosure, I broke mine. How I broke it, I don't know. But what's really great about this is it tracks you. So it's because I broke it, it's not tracking, but you put your phone in it, right? And then this here tracks your movements. Now, this is really only good for sitting down because it doesn't move. There's no telescoping arm or anything. But it's really cool. I'll use this sometimes when I'm going live on, like Facebook and YouTube and LinkedIn on my computer, and then I'll have my phone set up so that I can go live on like TikTok or Instagram at the same time. But again, I broke it. But it's a really good little tool to have. And I don't know, I think I got it on sale for like $5. It was pink, so I had to buy it. But you can, I mentioned earlier about, when you're trying to get over the excuse that you don't have time to record videos. And I mentioned using, like your time in the car to record videos. I have a very garish, but so jasmine blinged out little car mount that I got from Five Below. I think it was $5 or $10, something like that. And it's a suction cup, so it sits on the dash. And now I live in Florida. It gets hellishly hot, and inside the car it's even more, but it hasn't, fingers crossed, knock on wood, it hasn't fallen off yet. But I stick my phone in there, and so I can get video of me driving without being distracted. And it's also great too if I'm doing like a Zoom call or something. The only thing is, because I live in Florida, and so this may not be an issue where you are, the phone can overheat. So my phone will overheat and then turn off. So I don't do it for long periods of time because I can't. It just gets far too hot in the sun, and the phone is like, screw you, we're done here. But where you live, it might not be a problem, especially right now where it's cold in a lot of the US. So, but it's great. It's absolutely great. All right. So the last piece of equipment when we're talking about lights is this here. Now, this is a clip-on light. You can clip this on to your phone. You can clip it onto your computer. You can, I travel with this, and hold on. I don't know. I was using this last weekend. So yeah, it's dead. Yeah, I think it's dead. Sorry guys, I can't show you, but it's a light. It lights up. And it's got the temperature things back here, color correction. I don't know how to use that because I'm not techie. I I just keep pressing buttons until I like how I look. But this clips on the phone. I don't use this on my phone a ton. Only because it's it's heavy, right? Like it's heavy. And I saw some people using this on their phone. So I think they must have a bigger phone than I do. This is an iPhone 14 or 15, and it's the Pro, not the Max. So it's not very heavy, the phone. This is too heavy for my phone. So it slides off a lot. So I find it to be more trouble than it's worth. But if I'm traveling and I know that I want to record some videos on my laptop, this is great because it stays on the laptop just fine. And then I don't have to travel with my bigger lights, which I've done in the past. And these big lights, I can't show you because I am using well, hold on. Let's see. All right. So big light there. These are LED lights, and let me get that back in the right spot. Okay. These are LED lights, and I love them because they stay cool to the touch. I'm not afraid I'm going to break them easily. And I travel, they're flat too. So unlike the ring lights, I'm always afraid to travel with the ring lights because, like what if my, hair tools like put a dent in the light and now it's busted, right? I'm not too worried about the LED lights. And they're not as hard on my eyes. So if I'm batch recording content at my desk, um, I have the lights on, and I found like with the ring lights, it was making my eyes really tired really fast. So I love these LED lights, and those are in my store as well. So you can check those out. This is in there too. It's just a mobile phone LED light. Again, for me, because I will always be honest with you, I love how the light looks, but I don't actually like it on my phone because it's too heavy for my phone. So those are what I have for you for right now. Just looking to see if there's anything else on my desk that I want to show you, but I think that's it. All right. So those are the pieces of equipment that I use on a regular basis to record my content. Now, you don't have to have all those things, but the three things that you definitely want to have are a camera. So your phone is fine, a camera, a microphone, and lights, because bad lighting will tank you faster than anything else. If no one can hear you, what's the point of talking? And if no one can see you because you don't have a good camera, then what's the point of being visible or trying to be visible? So, and your camera can literally just be your phone. Okay, so again, I'm going to go through the last two. So already we've talked about, out of the 5 biggest things that are keeping you from being on camera, we talked about you don't like how you look. We talked about how to change that. So you can rewind this video to go through that. We talked about equipment, and we talked about not having enough time. We also are now going to talk about the last two. One is the fear of judgment. That's a huge one. That is up there with I don't like how I look, which kind of goes in. I mean, they're kind of married, right? So many times I'll see people who say, well, I want to create content, but I don't want to shoot things outside. I don't want to shoot things where people can see me. They're going to think I'm weird and blah, 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 blah. And it's valid. I'm not saying that's not a valid point, right? But as we talked about a little bit earlier, when it comes to, your message has to be greater than your fear, and it's being selfish if you're not sharing what it is you need to share with the people who need to hear it. It's all related. And what was funny was I'm walking around Vegas with this thing, and if I had an idea, I would stop and I would throw up my tripod, put on my microphone. Actually, at one point, I just didn't take the microphone off, and I would hit record and start talking and do a video. I had people who stopped and watched, I had people who were like, yeah, look at you. Had photo bombers where, good thing I'm not a violent girl. Just saying. I hate photo bombers. They think they're funny. But I, had that. I actually, when I was recording a video in the Bellagio, this woman actually stopped and she was staring at me while I was doing it and taking pictures. Crazy, right? And you know what I did? I turned that into a video itself. And so you'll see that pop up on social media at some point in the next, couple of days, week, or whatever. But I turned it into a teaching moment because content is everywhere. And, I had to get over that fear of, oh, I'm going to look silly because it's how I make money by being seen and by showing you how to be seen. And I remember when I was in my network marketing company, I was at our European convention and I was recording, I was doing a live video in my Facebook group to tell people what I was learning and some of the new products that were coming out, and it builds excitement, right? And it brings people into your world. And what happened? I got, I want to say 2 or 3 new signups from that video, and I don't even know how many purchases came from that live as well. And then people who were walking by, they were like, "Oh, what are you doing? That's weird." And then what happened the next day? Oh, they're doing it now too, because they realized when I'm visible, I make money. So that fear of judgment is not going to pay your bills. It is not going to put eggs on your table. So whatever, just roll with it. You do you. And the last one is, the fear of not knowing what to say. And that is completely valid. But it's not insurmountable because you are the expert in whatever it is that you sell, in whatever it is that you do. So I am quite sure that you can talk about your business, your product, your service for 5 minutes, right? Just you could talk about it for 30 seconds. Like, you can talk about your business. If you can say it to a client, you can put it on video. Okay. Have a list, a rough outline of what it is you want to say. You don't have to have a script, because let's go back to number one, which was authenticity over perfection. You don't have to have a script, just some bullet points will be just fine. Some rough notes. Here are my rough notes, and it looks like scribble. It really is scribbled. I honestly can't read half of what's here, but for me, writing it down, like physically, pen to paper, writing it down helps me to remember my thoughts, what it is I want to get across. So, you just write down little talking points. You don't have to have a script. You just bullet points. And you know what it is that you want to say. You really do. It's just a matter of not thinking of the camera as this big, scary thing that is going to come and eat your face off if you don't get it right, because that's not going to happen. No one in the history of ever has died from being on camera and being uncomfortable. Okay, I can promise you that. All right, so that is what I have for you. But before we go, I just want to remind you guys about the Creator Blitz. I'm so excited. This is 3 days. It's the Ultimate Content Creation Conference. 3 luxurious days at a 4-star hotel in Atlanta, April 11th, 12th, and 13th. We will create up to a year's worth of content. Some of it will be professionally shot. You will have a mini branding photo session. Our speakers are phenomenal, where they will show you how you can launch and monetize a podcast, how you can use AI to run your business and how to use AI to create content without being AI-ish. You know what I'm talking about. Teach you all of that, how to get booked on stages and make money from those stages, how to get booked on TV shows, like pitch yourself to TV so that you can boost your visibility. We have stylists who's going to show you what to wear, what not to wear, how to, look and feel your best. There's professional hair and makeup for you, and we're going to talk about branding, business strategy. I mean, it is amazing. You will be able to also get up on stage and pitch your product or service to the audience, which is more content for you. So there's going to be a lot that you get out of this weekend. It'll be great. April 11th, 12th, and 13th. The link is in the comments, fearnovideo.com/creator blitz 25. Here it is there as well. It's going to be phenomenal. Again, up to a year's worth of content you'll have by the time you walk out the door on Sunday. We're going to a content house too, so you have field trip, selfie stations, reel stations, professional videographers showing you how to up your video game. I mean, this is like 40 something $1,000 worth of stuff you're getting for $24.99. So yay. That includes your hotel, by the way, your hotel room. So pop that link. The seats are limited. It's an intimate group. I'm not having, like hundreds of people. It's only dozens, right? So you'll get lots of hands-on mentoring as well. Like that's just going to be so key and so amazing. So I hope you come. I want to see, and just let me know what questions you have. And if you're watching this on Facebook, Meta has locked me out for the most part. I cannot see messages. So you can reply to this post, to this video, and I can see that. I don't get notifications. I can't tag people, and I can't see DMs. And I can see that I have a couple dozen DMs waiting for me, but thanks, Meta, for blocking me out. Joy. All right, you guys, have a great Friday. Let me know what questions you have. If any of this was helpful, if any of this resonated with you, or if you buy some of this equipment and you need to, you've got questions on how to use it, let me know. Because again, I'm not techie, so I will never, ever tell you like techie stuff. But if I can use it, you can use it too. Okay. Trust me on that. Share with your biz bestie. Don't gatekeep, let her rise as well as you. And I will see you all next week.